Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Dominique, and I will be guiding you through a morning relaxation and restoration yoga practice. This practice will have a focus on releasing tension for the pelvic floor. Before we get started, please hit the like button below, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. For this practice, the props we will use are a yoga block and a yoga bolster. If you do not have a block, you can find a household item that resembles a yoga block, and the same thing with a bolster. We will begin in a child's pose, so I'll place the yoga block on the side. You have two options for your child's pose, either with or without the bolster. Both variations will include a wide-legged child's pose, so big toes together, knees out about the width of the yoga mat. And if you would like the bolster, slide it in and begin to walk the body down onto the bolster. If you are more flexible or feel you would like a deeper stretch, release the bolster to the side, walk the hands out, and find the wide-kneed child's pose. And as you settle into the child's pose, allow the eyes to close. Allow the breath to deepen. Completely fill the diaphragm with the breath. And with the inhales, allow the breath to push down on the pelvic floor. And if there's an intention you would like to set for today's practice, please feel free to do so now. Letting go of any thoughts, any attachment, allowing yourself to be here in this present moment on the four corners of your yoga mat. As you inhale, the rib cage completely expands. As you exhale, allow it to release and find a neutral position. With each inhale and exhale, finding a little bit more length, whether that be walking the hands further towards the top of the mat, slight opening of the knees a bit more, or the torso dropping further in between the thighs. Relax the jaw and the face. Allow yourself to find ease. And if the mind begins to wander, focus on the breath or how the hands feel on the yoga mat. Notice the connection, how the mat feels. A few more deep rounds of breath here. One more full round of breath. Then with ease, begin to walk the hands back towards the knees. Knees start to walk in towards one another and find a seat at the middle of the mat. Moving towards a butterfly pose, knees are out, soles of the feet together. A few more options here with both the bolster and the block. You can use the bolster as support for the forehead to settle in to your butterfly posture, or you can sit on the block to find a more comfortable position for the knees if knees are lifted off the earth. And the third option, you can either use 2 blocks or a combination of both block and bolster. As long as they're the same height, you can use the corner of the bolster for support under one knee and the block for support under the other. Find which variation works best for you and your body today. Then find length through the spine. Begin to hinge at the hips, grab for the feet, and allow yourself to fold over the thighs and the insides of the feet for this butterfly pose. Release the pelvic floor. Completely fill the diaphragm and the lungs with the inhales. Find a bit more length with each exhale. And if at any time you find yourself in a position where you feel you need a little bit more support, using your props to create the support. And you can continue with that same breath. As you inhale, push down on the pelvic floor. And as you exhale, it lifts. If any thoughts come to mind, just notice, then let go. And bring your awareness back to the 4 corners of your mat, to the position you're in. Pay particular attention to anything that starts to come up in the body or in the mind. Then address as needed. A few more rounds of breath here. Then wherever you are, if you have props, place them aside. Then gently begin to walk the torso up. Once you arrive in your neutral butterfly position, make room to extend your right leg. Left knee will be bent, left foot inside of right thigh. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. On the exhale, side bend, right hand over to the inside of right foot, left arm overhead. Attempt to stack the shoulders. Gaze can be down, can be neutral, or up, whichever is most comfortable for the neck. A few rounds of breath here. Then when you feel that the left side body is open enough, begin to close and frame the shoulders towards the right foot. Find length through right leg. A flex of the foot will help lengthen the hamstrings and the inner thighs. And if this is too much, you can always place a block underneath the knee for more support. Again, just honor the body and how it shows up today. Taking any changes in the positions with the props that you need. Then begin to walk the hands up the right leg. This time we will extend left leg. grab the bolster. Bolster comes inside of right leg. For those with a really tight pelvic floor, you may find it difficult, like me, to hinge the tailbone back. So that's where the support of the bolster can come in. Then begin to walk yourself down towards the right. Use the bolster as leverage if you need. For those whose torso can fold over the bolster, then just use the bolster as support. Continue with those deep inhales and exhales. Breath so big that if I was in the room with you, I would be able to see your rib cage expand out to the left, to the right, to the back, to the front. A few more deep, slow rounds of breath. Relax the face. Unclench the jaw. One more full round of breath. Then begin to walk the hands up. Lift the torso. Bolster to the side. Left leg stays extended. Right knee bends. Right foot inside of left leg. Arms overhead. Begin to bend towards the left. Open up right side body. Attempt to stack the shoulders. Allow the length through the outside right hip and lower back. Then when you're ready, begin to frame the shoulders over the left leg. And release. Same options on this side. If you need support with the block or the bolster, go ahead and adjust to where you need. And find ease with the breath. Another full round of breath here. Then begin to release any grip. Walk yourself up. Right leg extends out. Bolster comes inside of left leg. You may have to adjust one more time. Then when you're ready, begin to fold over the left leg. If you have a tight pelvic floor, bring your attention to that area. In the mind's eye, see a release. Focus the breath to where you need it most. A few more big rounds of breath. Completely fill the diaphragm on the inhale. Release on the exhale. And when you're ready, begin to walk the torso back up. You can place the bolster in the middle for a forward fold. If you need some assistance for the pelvic floor, you can always place the block underneath the sit bones and then allow yourself to fold over the bolster. Loosen any tension in the neck to allow the head to drop and release. Loosen tension in the jaw. Perhaps you wiggle the jaw left and right to bring awareness to the relaxation of the face. Allow yourself to fully connect to the body in this moment. Noticing any sensations and how your props can further support you. And anytime you find a bit more length, allow the body to adjust. A few more rounds of breath here. Try to make these last few breaths the deepest breaths that you've made in this practice. One more full round of breath. This time inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Seal the lips. Begin to walk the torso back up. You can place the bolster to the side. Use the hands to assist the legs. Bend at the knees. Bring them back in. If you're sitting on a block, remove the block. Make sure your props are out of the way so you can lay back onto the earth. Once you arrive with your back body on the earth, bring knees into the chest, give them a squeeze and a rock left and right. Right knee stays in towards the chest, left leg extends out. Couple rounds of breath here, then when you're ready, transition into a half happy baby with either a grip of right hand to the ankle, to the outside blade of the foot, or yogi toe lock, left hand on left hip to keep the hips level and for support for that left side body. Flex through both feet. 5 deep, full rounds of breath. Allow yourself to be audible. Adjust anytime you need it. One more full inhale and exhale. Right knee into the chest, left knee into the chest, another rock left and right. Find stillness, left knee stays into the chest, right leg extends out this time. A full round of breath here. Then when you're ready, transition to that half happy baby on the left side. Right hand to right hip for support. 5 full rounds of breath. Allow the eyes to close if that feels better for you. Find peace and relaxation in this shape. Length with each breath. One more full round. Then when you're ready, left knee into the chest, right knee to join. Another invitation to rock left and right. Then whenever you're ready, full happy baby. You can grab for the ankles, outside blades of the feet, yogi toe lock. Attempt to pull that tailbone down to the earth, shoulders down to the earth. Imagine there's an imprint with the spine on the yoga mat. 3 more full rounds of breath here. Relax the face. If you find it hard to relax the face, then find a smile. One more deep inhale and exhale. And release, knees into the chest. Locate your block. Moving into a supported bridge. So place the block outside the hips, soles of the feet on the earth. Press through the heels to lift the hips to the sky. Then place the block at your preferred setting underneath that area that's just below the tailbone, but above, for a lack of a better word, the butt crack. Wiggle, adjust where you need. Then you have a few options here. You can keep the soles of the feet planted on the earth, or you can bring the soles of the feet together for a Supta Baddha Konasana variation and allow the knees to splay out to either side. Whichever feels best for your body today, allow yourself to explore that position. And if it's a shift between both postures, find that as well. Make sure whichever shape you use and find that there's ease. And after a breath or two, if you feel like this doesn't feel right, just make your way into a shape that feels best for you. Four more full rounds of breath. Allow yourself to be audible. Allow the rib cage to breathe completely. You can always bring your hands to the rib cage for the mind-body connection. One more full round of breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. We all find a neutral position with soles of the feet planted on the earth, arms alongside the body. Press through the heels, lift off the block, place the block alongside, then roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Soles of the feet together for a Supta Baddha Konasana. You can have arms alongside the body or bring the arms overhead, whichever feels comfortable for you. Then allow yourself to remain in this posture for as long as it serves you today. For some, it might be 3 rounds of breath. For others, it might be 10. Customize and allow yourself to remain for as long as you need. Whenever you feel that you are ready to progress, allow the arms to find their way alongside the body. Then extend one leg and the other for final Savasana pose. Allow yourself to relax and to find ease. If any thoughts come to the mind, just let go. The invitation is to remain in Savasana for as long as it serves you. Whenever you feel ready to progress, invite a movement of the toes and the fingers, the roll of the wrists and the ankles. Feet together, arms overhead. Good morning stretch. Find length, point the toes. Knees into the chest for a squeeze. And when you're ready, either a fetal position or just a simple rock up into a seat. Once you arrive, prayer hands, thumbs pressed to the arm space, Anjali Mudra. Thank you for practicing with me today. Please like, share, and subscribe. Namaste.